Welcome, everyone, to our halftime report, Bear Football. I am Aldo Gandia, sitting in for John Buffone. Coach T is at the game, so he will not be joining us today. It is Danny Shimon and myself talking about the Chicago Bears. Danny, you and I texted each other before the game, and we said the number one storyline for this game was Justin Fields. In that first series, we saw how Luke Getsy should have been utilizing Justin Fields throughout the entire season.
Yes.
Tell me what you saw in that first series and how impressed were you with Fields?
Yeah, exactly. Aldo, it's like, where has this been, Luke Getsy? You know, the ability, you know, obviously that first, series with the quarterback sweep run, the RPO stuff, Justin making great decisions, holding on to the football, one to let it go. And then I love the 12 personnel, the 2 tight end sets, setting up your passing game out of your heavy run sets, right? So you're a run team, embrace that. I've been saying, Luke Getsy, embrace it, love it. Be that run team, and then you set up the passing game off of those sets, and you saw them. How many double tight end sets that they have there, looking like it might be a run play, and then Justin holding on to the ball, rolling, getting out of the pocket, getting away from pressure, and allowing himself to change his launch angle, launch point, so on and so forth. So, and being aggressive down the football field with the ball. Now, obviously, the Lions made a great adjustment in that later on that first half, just saying, all right, you're going to bleed us. You're going to beat us with the passing game. So Luke, I do not want you to abandon the running game. Do not abandon the running game. But now let's get a little more creative. I like to see a little bit more I formation, a little bit some less shotgun stuff, because I think they're just kind of getting there into the backfield and penetrating and stopping the running backs for a loss, which puts the Bears behind the chains, which now kind of puts them behind everything else. So let's continue with, stressing the run game, but let's use some I formation now, and then let's go ahead and, get the ball down the field a little bit more there. I like that shot to DJ Moore. Justin overthrown him just a little bit. Looked like Moore had a step or two on the defender. That would have been a huge play if they could have connected there. Obviously, he's dealing with that thumb, and now it looks like that middle finger was bleeding today, late in that first half as well. So hopefully that gets rectified. Nothing too serious there. But yeah, let's continue working off that. Stay with those heavy personnel. Do not abandon the run game, but let's now get a little more creative now in terms of building your passing game off some play action. Let's get some I formation. Let's use some lead blockers there in front of your running backs, Foreman and Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that DJ Moore play because it's the second series after the Bears offense comes out and runs that fantastic first series. They look so incredible. And in the second series, there's a couple of positive plays, and then all of a sudden there's a couple of minus plays. And on I think it was a second down and long, Fields tried to hit DJ Moore. As you said, he had a step on the defender, but the ball was overthrown. As soon as he released that ball, I would say it wasn't out of his hand for more than a nanosecond. And I said to myself, that's overthrown, because it just seemed that the launch point was going to be, too low, and he wasn't going to allow the receiver to run under it. Did you read that the same way? And, that's something he clearly has to correct. These are opportunities. These are 6-pointers that you need to put into the stat column. I was a little disappointed in the throw, not disappointed in him, because I think he's had a fairly good first half, but disappointed on that one play.
Yeah, if anything, Aldo, I think he could put a little more air underneath the ball. I think that's what you're talking about. Put a little more air underneath the ball, kind of a little more feather, touch it over to, drop it into DJ Moore's over his shoulder. But yeah, it was more of like a line drive. Put some more zip on it. Now again, I don't know if he's overcompensating because of the thumb. Obviously, we don't know. They did say that he wasn't 100% there. There was some pain, but it was minimal. He could play through it. So, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one, because we've seen him be able to connect on those throws. Particularly with DJ Moore. I mean, him and DJ Moore have this connection. But the other thing I liked with him, what he did was be able to get out of the pocket, go away from pressure. We talked about the Lions, in terms of their main guy. It's kind of like the Raiders with Max Crosby. It's Aiden Hutchinson. So you saw them kind of rolling away from him. You saw some crack blocks in terms of, even if they roll towards Hutchinson's direction, you saw either a tight end or a receiver there to kind of crack block, get back into Hutchinson's path, give Justin some more time to get away from him. And I like some of those sidearm angle throws, take the ball to Colt Kmet. We saw a nice throw for 24 yards to Darnell Mooney, him rolling out to his left. A nice sideline pass there as well. So continue to do some more of that. Obviously, then you got to keep building on his confidence, and then keep, again, Getsy, please do not get away from the running game and stop some too much of the shotgun runs. Let's get under center. Let's do some play action from there as well, and then get a fullback in there with some lead blocking there for those running backs.
These are the first half numbers for Justin Fields: 103 passing yards, 11 of 16. He's got a QB rating of 86.2, no interceptions, no touchdown passes yet. He has not been sacked. He has rushed for 43 yards on 10 carries. It appears like I would guess maybe 6 or 7 of those were planned running plays, and then 3 or 4 were just running out of necessity. What do you think? When you see 10 carries for Justin Fields in the first half, does that concern you that might be too much?
No, as long as he's safe with himself, right? Don't take the unnecessary shots, slide. And there were a couple times they were a little chippy there. It looked like there were a couple of late hits there by the lines, but of course Justin never gets the benefit of doubt on those calls. But yeah, I think that's something that you need to keep into this game plan because of what he does to defenses, because of that threat he does. So there was one play, I think it was a third down play where he got the first down, and he just got tripped up by a linebacker. If it wasn't for that, he could have busted up a longer run with that as well. So that's the element of excitement that he provides to the offense. Do not take that away. Obviously, you want to curtail it. You don't want to be a heavy quarterback run offense, but just kind of pick and choose your spots. The one thing, Aldo, is you and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, was the benefits of Justin sitting a couple of weeks and just letting everything kind of calm down, watching Tyson Bagent operate this offense. And I don't know if you've noticed it, but I've noticed it. There are a couple of times where the ball comes out of his hands quickly. He's decisive in terms of where the ball is going to go. You saw a couple of times him actually step up into the pocket, away from pressure, run away from the pass rusher, and give his offensive linemen a break there to not have to protect constantly for 6-7 seconds. So maybe that has helped him a little bit. He looks more calmer, more. I mean, he always looks calm in the pocket, but it's just like he looks like he's settled. He knows what he's doing. He's got an idea pre and post snap as well. So those are the positives that I picked up first in the first half from Justin Fields.
Yeah, let's talk about the running game because it has not been good in terms of the running backs. Khalil Herbert, 4 rushing attempts, 5 yards. Foreman, 5 rushing attempts, 1 yard. He did score the touchdown, and Roshan Johnson, 1 attempt for 5 yards. Why is the rushing attack from the running back's perspective? Why is that not working?
Well, it seemed like after that first drive, Detroit, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, said, we're not going to let you guys run on us. They're bringing extra defensive linemen in there. They're bringing the linebackers on run blitzes. So they're attacking the run, and they're basically telling the Bears, you want to beat us, you're going to beat us with a passing game. So I think this is where Luke Getsy now needs to make his adjustment in terms of building, like I said earlier, building some of these passes or attempts down the field off of some of these formations and some building off of his running attack. So that's where Aaron Glenn and then made the adjustment there in the first half. Says, you know what, you're not going to run on us anymore. We're going to stop you. We're going to all out blitz you if we have to. Even on run plays, we're going to try and stop you. And you saw there are a couple times Foreman was dropped for a 6-yard loss. Now it's 2nd and 16. There was I think Herbert dropped on a 3-yard loss. So 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14. When you put this Bears offense behind the chains, it just kind of slows everything down. And next thing you know, there's penalties and there's false starts and delayed games and all that stuff. So that's where you're going to kind of get them off. So you got to stay ahead of the chains and continue to get positive yards. So it's key though not to abandon the running game, but just now let's adjust to what they're doing. They're coming all out on terms of the a rundown, trying to stop the running attack. Now you do some play action. Now you go over the top, hit them over the top, and make some big plays in the passing game off of that.
Here are the top 3 receivers for the Bears. DJ Moore has caught 3, 31 yards. Darnell Mooney, 1 for 24. Cole Kmet, 320. Equanimeous St. Brown has been involved in the passing game. He has 2 catches for 19 yards. Khalil Herbert has a catch for 5 yards, and Tyler Scott has 1 for 4 yards, including that really unbelievable fumble. What'd you see on that play, Danny?
Yeah, initially I thought, was that even a catch? Because it looked like it happened so quickly. Or did he get possession? Did he make a football move, what they call it? But after the replay, when he slowed down, it did look like it was borderline. So even if you challenge it, it's probably not going to get reversed. So that was a good call by Eberflus not to challenge that play. But initially I'm like, is that even a fumble? And then it looked like Foreman got it, and then it got squared away. But obviously, they scored their first touchdown off of that. So that was a huge momentum swing there because up until that point, the Bears pretty much had this team on control, offensively and defensively, I thought. And then that kind of swung the momentum there with that turnover. They scored that touchdown by Jahmyr Gibbs, and then tied the game up. So that was a huge play right there, and that fumble by Scott.
The biggest play on defense is perhaps the play that did not happen, and that was Jalen Johnson missing that interception that could have been a pick six, and definitely would have stopped the Lions from scoring. Your thoughts on that play?
Yeah, it was that's it. I mean, he picked it. That was pick six. I was going, what, 90 some yards for a touchdown. And obviously, like, and I don't want to, bring this up right now, but like Jalen Johnson, you want that big contract. These are the plays you have to make, man. This is, I know you've had one this year against, previous games, but man, you get that pick six, that just cements some more of the playmaking ability that you've been preaching and that we've been saying that you have. So that was huge, because that would have been a third interception by Jared Goff, which obviously, earlier in the season, he was on fire in terms of not making those bad throws. But, the Bears had brought some pressure, whether it's blitzing, whether it's, some DeMarcus Walker was the key guy in terms of creating some pressure, making Goff uncomfortable in the pocket. That led to that TJ Edwards interception. So, man, that pick six would have been a huge momentum swing. That would just really put the Lions behind the eight ball there, in my opinion. But yeah, unfortunately, he dropped that one.
Some people in the chat room are complaining about the pass rush, but I cautioned them, you got to take into account that this Detroit Lions offensive line, even if they don't have all 5 starters in the line, they are probably the best offensive line in football. And the fact that there have been at least a handful of pressures is commendable. Would you not say, Danny?
Yeah, well, the one thing is, obviously, they've needed to bring the blitz to get consistent pressure. That's fine, but the one thing, if you just watch the front four guys, it's always Montez Sweat powering his guy back into the backfield, and there's times he gets chips, he gets some extra attention. It's accompanying other guys, right? I think Justin Jones had a pretty solid first half, especially on run defense. There was one play he got some pressure on Jared Goff, but the other guys, Yannick Ngakoue, or some of the other guys in the middle, Billings, you got to win your one-on-ones and get this pressure. If Sweat's causing that extra attention to go his way, the guy's got to win on one-on-one. And Yannick Ngakoue, again, just this very disappointed in terms of what he's produced so far this season for the Bears. So that's where you got to go. If you're a front four guys, you got to be able to win your one-on-ones. There's nothing else you can do. You have one blocker, you got to beat him. Sweat's driving the extra attention there. With his power, with his frame. You just got to win one-on-ones. That's disappointing. But yes, in order for the Bears to get consistent pass rush, they have to continue bringing the blitz. And I love the TJ Edwards blitz. I love bringing the Jaquan Brisker on the blitz as well. So we'll see if Eberflus dials it up. Obviously, in that last drive in the end of the first half, we saw him kind of lay back, not really bring that much pressure, and they kind of drove right down the football field and obviously scored that go-ahead touchdown. So we'll see how they adjust there in terms of their defensive pressure packages.
Second half is about to start. They flashed up a quick stat that the Bears defense has to improve on. The Lions are perfect, 6 for 6 on third downs. That has got to stop. Danny and I are going to cover everything right immediately after the game. Please join us right here on the Ballroom Network. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.